Beneath the Stars, listen to a whisper from prehistoric times, a journey to the heart of a legend that transcends the bounds of time, where myth and reality intersect. This is the epic story of how love set a city ablaze, how heroes danced with fate, and how gods played games with the lives of mortals. This story is that of the Trojan War. What would your choice be? Would you have the courage to tear down worlds for love, or would you take up the sword of justice? Step into this magical adventure and lose yourself in the enchantment of ancient times. We're taking you on a journey deep into the courage of heroes, the power of love, and the mysteries of fate. Before embarking on this epic journey, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video. Are you ready? Let's turn the next page of this epic story. Once upon a time, under the sky, there was a moment touched by fate. This was the beginning of a love that shook the world. Paris, the brave prince of Troy, burning with forbidden passion, abducted Helen, the queen of Sparta, possessing the most mesmerizing beauty history had ever seen. Helen's beauty was a legend on the tongues of poets and immortalized on the canvases of artists. However, Paris's bold and reckless move ignited a decade-long war that pitted two great civilizations against each other. This was the beginning of one of the greatest love stories in human history, showing the dark and bright sides of love and passion. This story is a reflection of what sacred bounds love can cross. Do you think love is one of the greatest gifts fate offers us, or is it one of its deepest curses? This adventure begins with the story of Helen and Paris, but does not end with them alone. Achilles' rage foams like stormy seas, while Hector's honor rises above the highest mountains. Paris's regret flows like a deep river, and Helen's beauty illuminates the whole world like the bright light of the moon. These epic figures struggle not only with their own choices, but also with the games of the gods. Achilles strikes like lightning on the battlefield, yet he has a weakness. The only fragile point of his mortal nature, his heel. This symbolizes not only his warrior perfection, but also the fragility of being human. Hector, the brave heart of Troy, risks everything to protect his family and beloved city. For him, honor is his very life. From the depths of the sky, from the summit of Olympus, gods dance over the fate of humans. Zeus, the mighty ruler of the skies, carefully balances the scales of fate, while Hera, with her jealousies, directs the course of the war like a cunning river. Athena, the protector of wisdom and war strategy, whispers divine inspiration into the minds of her valiant warriors. Aphrodite, the goddess of love and beauty, steers hearts in her desired direction, changing the course of the war. The intervention of these divine beings reveals that the war is not only for lands and honor, but also a larger, celestial struggle. Apollo's arrows instill fear in the hearts of enemies, while Poseidon turns the seas in favor or against the war. This divine play shapes the fates of mortals, showcasing the eternal struggle between fate and free will. On the battlefield, a warrior's fate is not just tied to the sharpness of their sword or the sturdiness of their shield. It's also at the mercy of the whims of gods. Thus, the Trojan War serves not only as a human struggle, but also as a battleground for the will of the gods and human freedom. The involvement of the gods makes one of the greatest epics in human history even more magical and complex, reminding us that war is not just a physical battle, but also has spiritual and divine dimensions. Humans and gods come together in this great dance of fate, offering us a chance to ponder what life, death, and honor truly mean. At sunset on the dusty plains of Troy, one of the most tragic and epic conflicts of fate unfolds. Two warriors, Achilles and Hector, come face to face for a fight that will determine their fates. This is not just a clash of two heroes, but also a confrontation of honor, revenge, and heroism. Achilles, fueled by anger and grief after the death of his friend, returns to the battlefield. He is the greatest warrior of the war, possessing almost immortal power. Hector, Troy's greatest defender, fights honorably for his family and city. This duel symbolizes the entire spirit of the war. Here, courage and fate dance with death. At this turning point in the war, the eyes of the two heroes lock. Achilles, burning with the fire of vengeance, and Hector, filled with both fear and determination, begin their clash. Each sword strike, each defense, is like the lines of an epic poem. Achilles advances as an angry and unstoppable force, while Hector fights heroically but knows his fate. This battle showcases the full face of war, the rise and fall of heroes, the sweetness of victory, and the pain of tragedy. Even though it ends with Achilles' victory, this fight demonstrates that war is not just a physical struggle, but also contains deep personal and emotional conflicts. Hector's death displays the merciless realities of war and the fragility of the human spirit, highlighting the thin line between heroism and tragedy. In the silence of the night, under the weary shadow of war, the Greeks prepare history's greatest deception, the Trojan Horse. This massive wooden structure is not only a marvel of engineering and craftsmanship, but also a concrete expression of cunning and strategy. After a long and exhausting 10-year conflict, the Greeks choose to win through intellect rather than brute force. The horse, masterfully crafted and laden with all the sorrow and hope of the war, is left at the gates of Troy. The Trojans, interpreting this magnificent gift as the Greeks' acceptance of defeat and a symbol of peace, unknowingly invite their own destruction by bringing it into their city. In the drunkenness of victory and the relief of the war's end, they pull the horse inside, not realizing their doom. At midnight, the Greek warriors, hidden in the dark recesses of the horse, quietly emerge. This moment represents not only the peak of physical battle, but also of strategy and intellect. The Greek warriors incapacitate Troy's guards and open the city's gates to the waiting armies outside. The secure walls of Troy no longer offer protection. The city is open to the mercy of the enemy. This sudden and unexpected turn marks the fall of Troy. The story of the Trojan horse becomes a legend of how intelligence, cunning, and deception can conquer even the strongest fortresses. It reminds us that war is not won solely with swords and shields, but also with wit and strategy. The end of Troy not only signifies the loss of a civilization, but also offers a profound lesson on the nature of war. True strength lies not in how many men you have on the battlefield, but in how you use them. This great epic of the ancient world explores the universal themes of the human condition: the power of love, the inevitability of death, the intertwined dance of fate and free will. The story of the Trojan War illuminates the darkest and brightest aspects of human nature, offering us eternal lessons that resonate in the world of heroes and gods. The narrative of the Trojan War is one of the greatest stories in human history, reflecting the immortal cycle of courage, sacrifice, heroism, and tragedy as an endless tale. This saga, as part of humanity's heritage, calls out to us from beyond time, continuing to enchant and inspire future generations. The destruction of Troy, the rise and fall of heroes, and the eternal story of love and war continue to tell us tales of our own victories and defeats, joys and sorrows, courage and fear. Take care of yourself, and remember, life offers opportunities to display your heroism and courage, to pursue wisdom and honor. Seizing these opportunities is in your hands. See you in the next video.